At WS
Hello,
channel
people,
at
and
11.
welcome to WS channel at 11. I'm Kendrick.
And I'm Nassar.
So, Nassar, have you heard about today's new virus, Ebola?
Yes, Kendrick, I have heard about the new virus, Ebola.
Well, I heard it's pretty brutal in America, so.
Can you please talk about it, Kendrick?
Sure. Ebola is a disease in which it is spread by contact of blood or body fluids of humans or other animals that can later lead to death if not diagnosed early enough to treat it. After contracting Ebola, symptoms may appear within 2 days or 3 weeks, which may include rashes, vomiting, headache, fever, and sore throat. Death usually occurs when blood pressure is low caused by loss of fluids. Ebola has no treatment according to know, but can be treated with therapy. Doctors recommended washing hands frequently, avoiding bushmeat, and avoiding contact with infected people. But there is some good news about Ebola. There has been 2 cured Ebola patients in America, Amber Vincent and Dr. Kent Brandley. Nigeria and Senegal are now clear of Ebola. The travelers that come to the United States from Ebola-affected areas will still be heavily monitored for 21 days, according to health statements. Passengers from Libya, Syria, Leon, and Ghana must land from one of 5 U.S. airports due to the advanced Ebola screening. Those airports include New York's John F. Kennedy International, Washington Dulles, New Jersey's New York Liberty International, Chicago's O'Hare International, and Hartsfield Jackson International, Atlanta. So please be careful of what you do in order to get Ebola. So, Nassar, have you heard about the new Taliban, ISIS?
Yes, I have heard
Can you
about
please
the
talk about what they're known for or what they do?
Yes, Kendrick. ISIS is known for killing dozens of people at a time. ISIS truly shows no mercy. They also have been known as the strongest terrorist branch. ISIS has been a relative threat and has got many people worried. The U.S. sent an airstrike killing about 464 ISIS fighters. There have been reports of American girls trying to join ISIS. ISIS has been using social media such as Twitter to communicate to the U.S. Parents of the kidnapped American have been trying to contact ISIS also throughout Twitter. ISIS has been trying to take over nearby Syrian towns.
Well, this group is pretty brutal, and be careful what internet or social media you use in order to contact these people.
Kendrick, have you heard about the new robbery?
Yeah, I have in Palo Alto.
Yes.
Palo
Can you
Alto,
please talk about it?
yes. Palo Alto police have released new photos of 2 suspects in an armed jewelry store robbery at the Stanford Shopping Center. The suspects, a man and a woman, robbed Gleam, the jewelry at the Stanford Shopping Center at 180 El Camino Real just before 4:30 p.m. On Wednesday, according to police, both suspects were armed in the robbery, which entered more than 24 high-end wristwatches. Employees were ordered to the ground during the robbery, but none were injured. There were no customers in the store when the robbery occurred. The male suspect is described as a black male, though between 35 and 40, with a medium build and a beard. He wore a navy long-sleeve jumpsuit, a white elastic dust mask around his neck, and a white Ace Hardware cap with a red brim. The female suspect was a black female, though around 30 years old, with a thin build and shoulder-length wavy hair that appeared to be a wig. She wore a U.S. Postal Service vest over a white t-shirt and dark pants, and carried a large purse with a flower design. And we'll be right back.
Hey Andrew, can you go get me some scissors?
Welcome back at WS channel at 11. So, Nassar, have you heard about the NASA unmanned shuttle explodes?
Yes, Kendrick, I have heard about it.
So, can you tell me some facts or what you heard about it so
Yes.
far?
Over in over in Eastern Virginia, around 6:22 p.m., NASA was scheduled to launch an unmanned shuttle into orbit. The shuttle exploded about 6 seconds after launch, costing more than $200 million to build soon. To build soon plumbed back to Earth, causing more flames among impact. Not much is known at this point, but no one has been reported injured. NASA has said openly that they are doing everything they can to prevent this from happening again.
So, Nassar, have you heard about today's pollution, how it's affecting this world?
Yes.
Can you please talk about the facts, what can it do to this world?
Yes. 14 billion pounds of garbage are dumped into the ocean every year, and most of it is recyclable plastic. Over 1 million seabirds are killed by pollution every year, and over 100,000 sea animals, sea creatures are killed every year. 46% of lakes in America are far too polluted for any fish, aquatic life, or even swimming. People that live in badly air polluted areas have a 20% higher chance of getting lung cancer even if they don't smoke. The Pacific Ocean's infamous garbage patch jar is a large patch of waste that's just floating in the middle of the Pacific. It is estimated to be from the size of Texas to 8.1% of the Pacific. Endangered animals are being killed every day because of air pollution and ocean pollution. More than 3 million children under 5 years old die every year because of environmental factors like pollution. Oceans are becoming acidic. Pollution in a location across the world can change weather in the U.S.
Nassar, so, as you seen that documentary, what do you think suicide can do to people, or how does it affect them?
Suicide can cause depression for family members of the relatives that are causing suicide, and that's exactly how they're affecting them.
Do you have anyone that committed suicide or almost did?
No, I do not. Do you know anyone or any facts about it?
Well, whoever has suicidal thoughts, please get some help, or yeah. So as you see in this world, abused animals are usually not cared for well, and put in harm for simple reasons. In today's days, animals are used for entertainment. For example, elephants are used in movies, circuses, and zoos to entertain adults and children. The animals don't graze, not travel with their herds like they do if they were in the wild, and sometimes they are harmed for human entertainment. Ways you could help is by refusing to go zoos, marine parks, and circuses. There is also a long history of pit bull fights. These cruelties are usually for entertainment, but put in risk of animals' health and emotionally and physically. For example, pit bulls are very aggressive, and if set in more violent content, they respond more violently for their sake. During the fights, these dogs are usually hurt badly or even killed. That's why it is important to protest against these cruelties. And please do not prevent animal cruelty.
Kendrick, have you heard about the California drought?
Yeah, it is really getting California good.
Can you please talk about the facts?
Sure.
What's it about?
We may have noticed that we had not been getting much rain here in California, which is leaving us in a drought situation. Dry conditions have become extreme across more than 62% of California's land area, and there is little relief in sight. The drought is so bad that NASA satellites can't see it from space. The newer studies are stating that this is so severe that the ground is rising. Also, there was an estimation of 63 trillion gallons of water have been lost in the past 18 months. This is now a wake-up call to California to reduce the amount of water that we are using. And we'll be back.
The driest year of all time since 1895. Only 20% of water left available for use. 17 communities only have 100 days of water left, even if it rained every other day for 3 months.
Oh, okay. So, Nasara, have you heard about the new iPhone 6?
Yes, Kendrick, I have heard about that.
I heard it's... Okay, well, that is all for now.
Good morning, Fremont. Welcome to KVSU Channel 2 News.
I'm Dita.
And I'm Roya.
To start things off, in 2011, 20% of high school students were bullied and 33% were involved in a physical fight. In 2009-2010, 33 school-related deaths occurred, including homicides, suicides, and illegal interventions. 18 of these deaths occurred on school property. Youth and school violence can lead to depression, alcohol and drug use, suicide, anxiety, and fear. 37% of students reported the presence of gangs in their school. Violence remains as the second leading cause of death for Americans aged 15 to 24. Students are more likely to be victims of theft at school than anywhere else. The number of students in the U.S. who carry a gun at school on any given day is 200,000. In 2000, the number of crimes at school which students were aged 12 through 18 was more than 2.5 million crimes. About 186,000 of these crimes are serious crimes, including rape, sexual assault, robbery, and aggravated assault. Roya?
Wow, that must be really scary. 4-year-old Serena Prophet of Otis, Oregon, died of E. coli, and her 5-year-old male friend is in critical condition after sharing a sandwich with her at lunch. On Labor Day weekend, Serena began to experience gastrointestinal pains. Monday, Serena and the little boy both had diarrhea. 2 days later, her stools had turned bloody and she wouldn't eat. Her parents took her to the hospital, and she was sent home twice without testing for E. coli. By next Saturday morning, Serena's body was going into shock, so her family took her into a different emergency room. The doctors discovered that she had gone into complete kidney failure and put her on dialysis. They also ordered an E. coli test. Sunday morning, she woke up fine and felt normal, but later afternoon, she had a stroke that paralyzed the right half of her body. At 2 a.m. Monday morning, she had a massive seizure, and the doctors learned her brain was covered in blood. Although doctors went into surgery to relieve pressure on her brain went dead around that day. So she died of hemolytic. Okay, she died. Back to you.
Our prayers are out there for her and her family. Now, ISIS stands for Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. ISIS began their campaign to primarily gain territory and be the dominant authority in areas they want to control. They have done dictator-like things, like beheading people, slaughtering people, and mass shootings. The reasoning of these terrible things is to purify the world of all non-Islamic people. The leader of ISIS goes by the name of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He is the leader of this notorious campaign of terror. Back to you, Roya.
On October 31st, on Halloween, 3 teenage girls in Los Angeles suburb died in a hit and run. Santa Ana police said officers made the arrest as of Sunday morning. Authorities say 13-year-old twin sister and a 13-year-old friend were struck and killed in a Santa Ana crosswalk after they went out to trick-or-treat. A damaged black Honda SUV was found a short distance from where the collision occurred. The girls were wearing costumes with black leggings and dark clothing, which made it really difficult for the driver to see. Sharon Stewart, a barber at the barbershop, was eating outside when she heard the crash-like noise and screaming. She said she turned around and saw a car leaving and people yelling, so she got in her car and followed. And yeah, so 3 girls died, and they're still investigating it.
Wow. Believe it or not, your favorite wearable tech can cause many health risks. Sure, they're handy and great, but wait till you find out what they can really do to your health. Glasses connected to the internet, smartwatches, and health monitoring gadgets increase the user's exposure to radio waves. Gadgets increase the user's exposure to radio waves. Google Glasses, Samsung Gear Live, and the upcoming Apple Watch are an example. The good thing about them is Bluetooth, which uses lower radio waves, whereas some gadgets use Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is very similar to cell phone radiation, says Joel M. Moskowitz. You definitely don't want to put these devices near your head or near your reproductive organs. The creators have changed the gadgets, but had added something to it called SAR, which uses lower radio waves and is supposedly safer for use. And now we're going to have a small documentary. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Hey, Andrew, can you go get me some scissors?
And now we're going to have a small documentary. Stay tuned.
Cyberbullying to me is any kind of bullying that is done electronically, whether it's online, whether it's through an email, whether it's on phone, text, Instagram, Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. Anything that's done electronically.
Bully victims are often people that aren't popular, therefore people often don't take a stand for them and let it slide.
I think cyberbullying is a very common thing. It can happen like on the internet or just when you're being bored, and sometimes people don't take it as cyberbullying and just use it to make fun of others, but really everything is considered cyberbullying. online?
Are there different cyberbullying experiences for girls and boys? I would say yes. I think with the girls, it's mainly, taking pictures of them, whether it's of body parts or, a lot of times it's sexual in nature. A lot of times with boys, it's just more threatening, I'm going to beat you up, that kind of stuff. So I think the experiences in cyberbullying are definitely different for girls and boys.
Yes, I think bullying can cause health problems because whether it's cyberbullying or physical bullying, if you're bullying someone physically, then you're hurting them, like their body and their person. You can give them like injuries. Whereas cyberbullying, you can give them depression and cause them to be like moody and depressed all the time and have them like take meds.
In cyberbullying, age does make a difference because older kids are capable of saying meaner insults, whereas young kids don't have the resources to.
Is cyberbullying done mostly in a group? I would say yes. That's where, the thing about cyberbullying is that's so terrible about it is the fact that it can reach so many people so quickly, whether it's on a post on a Facebook or a text. It's not a to your face thing, hi, you're ugly type thing. It's to me, it's usually done by a whole group where people are laughing, thinking they're not bullying when actually they are.
Okay.
Welcome back to KVCU Channel 2 News. Back to some news. I can't believe it. Many years have gone and California's been known for earthquakes. Now it's known for terrible droughts. The California drought has everyone debating. California is facing one of the most severe droughts on record. Governor Brown has directed state officials to take all necessary actions to prepare for water shortages. The problem is, the people of California love to fill their pools, take baths, and long showers and keep their grass green, but now everything is being restricted and cause everyone to be alert for water shortages. We as a whole need to pray for a heavy rainstorm to pass and to save water. We all take such things as granted unless someone takes it away from us. Back to you, Nita.
Water spewed early Tuesday morning on October 21st, 2014 in Porterrio Hill near San Francisco General Hospital. The water line broke and caused this along with a 2-foot sinkhole. A hospital facility manager said a 12-inch line broke on Vermont Street between 22nd Street and San Bruno Avenue. As the cleanup crews bulldozed the mess, mud and water gushed through the streets. The break affected 2 buildings at San Francisco General Hospital, the dialysis center and research lab. Roya?
A group of parents are demanding that Toys R Us action figures from Breaking Bad should not be sold. Breaking Bad is about a high school chemistry teacher, Walter White, who learns that he has lung cancer and resorts to cooking crystal meth with the help of his former student Jesse Pinkman. The Walter White figurine includes a removable hat, glasses, and a sack of cash, and a bag of blue crystals. The Jesse Pinkman figurine includes a gas mask, chili powder, and a tray of blue crystals. The descriptions themselves don't say it's a crystal meth, but the descriptions allude to the specialty drug White and Pinkman were known for making.
And now we're going to go to commercial. Stay tuned.
The driest year of all time since 1895. Only 20% of water left available for use. 17 communities only have 100 days of water left. Even if it rained every other day for 3 months, we would still be in a drought. Be smart about your water.
This just in, new Raiders strong safety Sama Young is done for this season after tearing the ACL and MCL in his knee. Young got hurt in the third quarter of Sunday's 24-13 loss to the Arizona Cardinals and was helped off the field. He will have knee surgery soon and recovery might take a full year, though it could vary. His team, coaches, and fans are praying for a quick recovery so that he may soon be able to play again.
That's it for today, folks. Have a great day, Fremont.
Hello to all the people downstairs. Tell Josie to stop calling me.
Stop calling him.
You should be like, hello, administration.
Hello,
You guys don't talk. Not in the walkie-talkies. No talking in the walkie-talkies. It should really just be him listening. Okay? No, you have 2 minutes.
2
Why are
minutes.
you in here?
Because Jody C is just for second string.
Oh, I thought it was a camera guy.
Then why aren't you at a camera?
I call all the
You can't
cameras.
do camera from there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so David, so I look at that camera, Roy looks at that camera, right?
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure.
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
60 seconds. Airports and President.
Hey, David.
Look at that camera, okay?
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
Dude, my afro's coming back. Or it's like growing back in place. Hey, Joyce is my friend. I just watch this.
Shepard, audio. Shepard, hello.
Hey,
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Less right now.
This thing is on kick. KIT News. I'm Roya.
And I'm Andrew. Airports and ports may have been damaged, so food supplies in Oahu may be running low and stores cannot be resupplied. Kiamo has almost 12 inches of rain due to Hurricane Ana. Following that is Kalani with almost 9, Hali with 8, and Honolulu with almost 5. Residents of Oahu were warned about the flash floods. Hurricane Ana became a Category 1 hurricane when 15-foot waves pounded on the beach without breaking the land. To you, Roya.
Ebola-infected nurse Nina Pham is now virus-free and can go home. Nina Pham became infected while treating a patient with Ebola who is now also Ebola-free. Pham was diagnosed on October 12th and was moved into MIH hospital and stayed on a biocontaminant unit for 4 days. Pham was the first person to control the virus on U.S. soil. Nina feels fortunate and blessed. She's looking forward to reuniting with her dog Bentley, who was quarantined after Pham tested positive. Bentley tested negative. I believe in the power of prayer because I know so many people all over the world have been praying for me, Nina says.
Well, it actually got better. A 26-year-old man, Benny Deshaun Williams, stabbed a 78-year-old man, Warner Williams, right in his own home. On that same Saturday, he had stolen 3 cars. This had all occurred before 4 p.m. Warner was found dead inside of his apartment at 9:15 p.m. In addition to this, Benny has raided Warner's home. He had then stolen one of the vehicles. Later, he stole another vehicle just a few miles away. Later, he stole a third vehicle while holding a citizen at gunpoint. He was caught and confessed to everything. In other news, a group of students in Duquesne University wrote a letter to a serial killer. Notice that he'll write back. He did, and the students were overjoyed. Reason for this is because the students were studying criminology, and that they hope writing him will reveal more of his crimes. His case in court is still pending. To Roya.
14-year-old freshman Jalen Freiberg opened fire at Marysville Pilchuck High School's cafeteria. Police confirmed that 2 people were killed, including Jalen, who turned the gun on himself. Jalen was a student athlete and was a homecoming prince and was a happy person. Jalen's cousin was also shot and injured, but is now being hospitalized. Shortly before the shooting, Jalen had been tweeting and had sent a picture of himself holding a gun and sent it to his ex-girlfriend, who was shot and killed. A few weeks before, Jalen had gotten in a fight because a student had said something racist to him. Jalen's motive is still unknown and is still being investigated.
Tragic. All right, stay tuned, viewers.
I think abortion is when you're not ready for the responsibility of having a kid.
I think abortion is when someone gets pregnant and they abort the baby, like, you know, they get rid of the baby and they don't have it, so.
Abortion is when you kill a baby before it's born technically, many a times it's usually teens.
Abortion, in my opinion, is a termination of a human pregnancy.
Abortion is when you take the life of a baby that's not born yet.
If I got a girl pregnant, I probably wouldn't tell my parents.
If I got her pregnant, like at this age, I would try and get her to get an abortion because I can't support a kid. I don't even have a job.
But if they were very close, I would have a talk with them, with their parents, and just see what we can do to help or what are some options.
Well, I am pregnant, so I obviously kept my baby.
Honestly, I think that it's okay for some people to have relationships in high school, but there's some people that just aren't responsible enough.
It's okay to have relationships, but try not to get pregnant unless you think you could support the baby.
But as long as you don't, like, do anything bad, so not, like, sexual relations, but you can still have, like, a boyfriend or girlfriend and hang out with them.
I think it's okay. I just think that we need to be safe. And I know that by experience that, like, we don't think that it's going to happen to us, but it definitely can, and we just need to be more cautious of what we do in our relationship.
Oh, there you go.
Andrew, you should know how to sit in a chair by now. Here's what you need to do. Okay?
And at that moment, we remembered all those times he wouldn't just sit properly. Please, sit in your chair and act like you care. This has been a message from the Conform to Society's Order Foundation.
The driest year of all time since 1895. Only 20% of water left available for use. 17 communities only have 100 days of water left. Even if it rained every other day for 3 months, we would still be in a drought. Be smart about your water.
Hey, Andrew, can you go get me some scissors?
There you go.
Hello and welcome back to KITV News. The quantum computer is the future of computing. They are roughly 1 million times more powerful than a traditional silicon chip computer. Despite this current state of development, they are not ready for normal uses yet. They are still processing power. Their size is also a problem. Another issue is that when in direct observation, the qubit tends to lose their quantum properties like many things in quantum physics and quantum mechanics. Despite this issue, scientists are finding a way to observe it indirectly and get more accurate results. A quantum computer, once completed, could help us design more powerful quantum computers in a very paradoxical way. Quantum computers are paving the way to many great future and advancements in technology. To you, Roya.
There are some ups and downs in choosing Obamacare. The Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, will cost twice as what was predicted. It is about $2 trillion of our tax dollars. It will also kill a million U.S. jobs and cut Medicare by $1,500 billion, raise 18 tax on the middle class. The Affordable Care Act makes healthcare more affordable for small businesses and raises the age at which children can be on their parents' policies. Still more Americans hold a negative view on Obamacare than positive. Roughly 8 million Americans signed up for healthcare plans through Obamacare's exchanges. Back to you,
Well, it gets
Andrew.
better. Darren Dean Vaughn, a suspect in a murder investigation in Gary, Indiana, has also confessed to several other killings in the area that had led police to 6 additional bodies. He was originally being questioned in connect to the murder of Afrika Hardy. Hardy was a 19-year-old found strangled in a bathtub in Hammond, Indiana at Motel 6. Van admitted to police that he messed up by killing Hardy. He is currently only being charged with murder, despite a discovery of the 6 additional bodies left in an abandoned house in Gary. Van's confessions are an attempt to work out with a deal with the prosecuting attorneys.
Edward Snowden, the man that leaked top-secret government intel, is hiding out in Russia. Edward Snowden has committed treason by stating publicly that the National Security Agency tracks every phone conversation and every email for reasons of terrorist threats. Snowden was making 6 figures while he worked for the government before he leaked classified information. President Barack Obama backs up the NSA by saying that the government is not spying. They have surveillance to watch for terrorist threats.
Susan Shriver, a Florida mother, is calling for a ban on popular television show's action figures. She argues that these toys are inappropriate for children as the show deals with illegal drug production and sales. Shriver has started an online petition at Change, criticizing Toys R Us for selling Breaking Bad doll that features accessories such as a sack of cash and a bag of meth. So far, her petition has 2,000 supporters. She is a fan of the show but does not see a place for the toys on the same shelves as children's toys. She argues that children mimic the action figures. Toys R Us has responded by saying that the action figures are located in the adult action figure section of the store and clearly labeled for customers 15 years and older. They also state that there are limited quantities of these action figures. Back to you, Andrew.
It's a shame. I really like Breaking Bad.
Me too.
Yeah. On to the movie news. The new movie, Dumb and Dumber 2, that just came out, that is about 2 friends that have been friends for over 20 years. They head out in search for Harry Dunn's long-lost child in hoping of getting a new kidney. So please keep an eye on that. For all you Hunger Games fans out there, Mockingjay will come out November 21. Katniss Everdeen is in District 13 after she shatters the games forever. Under the leadership of President Coin and the advice of her friends, Katniss spreads her wings as she fights to save PETA, a nation moved by her courage. And on to the third news of the movie. The movie Horrible Bosses 2 are about the 3 trios again. But instead of going after the bosses, they're going after an investor in one of the person's companies. We don't know that much about the movie yet, but please keep an eye out for it.
I want to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
And on to the 4th movie, the movie.
What's that new movie with James Franco, and it's a new movie. It's like The Hangover 2 or something. I don't know, but there's a new movie coming out. So, okay, have a great day. Bye.
Say goodbye.